Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry, and he's thirsty. He has duct tape around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around him. I think there's a good chance he's been...
He also had...
Oh, and he has been around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been... This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
That child who escaped is the child of a mom-fluencer from YouTube. Her name is Ruby Franke. She had millions of subscribers on YouTube, millions and millions of views on every video she was posting. She posted like 1,100 videos, and it was basically about her family and parenting. And this child escaped. Now, the child wasn't at his home. He was at the home of this woman named Jodi Hildebrandt. That's the neighbor. This is a friend of Ruby Franke's, and I guess they work together, have a business together, but Ruby Franke was staying there with some of her children, and the child escaped. Take a listen to more from this 911 call from the neighbor, because you heard in the first part where he said, we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. Here's some more of what he has to say about his neighbor, Jodi Hildebrandt.
Her name is Jodi Hildebrandt, and she lives 2 doors up the street. Yeah, she's a bad lady. We didn't realize how bad.
Bad. And now she has been charged, along with Ruby Franke, the mother of the child, there they both are, with 6 counts of felony child abuse. Now, like I said, they were business partners, and Jodi Hildebrandt was running a business called Connections. And we looked up from connectionsclassroom.com, and it sort of explains this business. It was established in 2007. Franke was a certified mental fitness trainer there. So Ruby Franke, I guess, worked there as a certified mental fitness trainer. Not sure what that is. But Jodi Hildebrandt describes herself as a different modality of healing that psychotherapy cannot offer you. Okay, so that's what this business is all about. Now, let's take a listen to the intro video from this connectionsclassroom.com website, where Hildebrandt explains and gives an introduction to her counseling services.
Welcome to Connections. I'm Jodi Hildebrandt. So glad you're with us. If you're like me, you've had pain in your life. It could be from a divorce, work conflicts, relationship issues with children, grandchildren, spouse, anxiety, depression, or fear that you don't understand, feelings that you're not enough or that you're unlovable. Connections is the solution. You can change. You can experience feelings of being whole, centered, liberated, connected, empowered, and free. Come and see for yourself. There's something here for you.
Oh, there was something there for that child. Some duct tape, apparently. Some wounds, allegations of being tied down with rope. Let's bring in our think tank, Randy Kessler, Meg Strickler, Josh Schiffer with us. I've got more to this story for you as well, okay?
It's like they took the bucket of fish heads and threw it to this poor kid every day. This is horrifying.
Yeah, no, this is bad. Now, again, Jodi Hildebrandt is a co-defendant in all of this. Connections, this thing, also apparently has some porn addiction counseling. NBC did a report on this, interviewed Spencer Tibbetts, who described his childhood as extremely sheltered with little access to technology. Said he was sent to Hildebrandt for 2 months when he was 16 after getting in trouble for obtaining a secret phone to play video games. Hildebrandt moved him from her children's group to her men's group so that he could have more in-depth conversations about his treatment goals. The men's group participants were being treated for porn addiction. Tibbet says that during support calls, men in the group would describe how they'd been separated from their wives because they struggled with porn consumption. Tibbet said that in one call, a group member described incest fantasies to him. And then there's a quote from Tibbet in the NBC article, "I had a secret phone, but I didn't even know what porn was." What's going on in this house? And why aren't they feeding this child? This is...
I think that guy had it right. There are some bad people. She's just a bad person. I represented a guy years ago, found out that the mother of his child locked the child in a bathroom for 4 years. At age 18, taped the place of local shelters in LA, put him on a bus to LA. There are just some bad, bad parents in this world.
I think we're going to learn a whole lot more, too, because remember, this was based on a website, and they were probably doing Zooms and stuff like this. So as the case moves forward, there's going to be discovery of all the technology that was utilized, and we're going to learn about some more of these groups and stuff, and I shudder to think of what we're going to learn. I shudder.
There are these unlicensed, this is kind of this gray market of healthcare. These aren't necessarily licensed professionals. I love the idea of a certificate for mental illness.
Certified.
Yeah, you got some paper there. We'll get you a Sharpie. You can certify lots of things.
Push on the wall.
But my colleagues and friends are totally right. There's some bad people out there that doing bad things is part of their daily existence.
Okay, let's talk about the relationship now, right? So here's Ruby Franke, the child's mother. Jodi Hildebrandt is her podcasting partner, business partner, and they were living in Jodi Hildebrandt's home. They're both charged 6 counts. Do you think Jodi Hildebrandt is like, whoa, 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 and is going to run to prosecutors and try to, like there's Ruby inside the Zoom call from her first appearance. And there is Jodi. Does that look like someone who's ready, scared out of her mind, and may run to prosecutors?
She should.
You know, honestly, one should turn on the other. That's very normal of all prosecutions. Yeah. They're always wanting to do this. So they both are going to be asked to turn on each other. And whoever provides more information about the other one, then, in other words, who was the stronger one? Who was the one who was the leader in this offense? That's who they're going to go after.
And history is written by the victor, and very often it's that first person to come out.
Which is a better defense? That wasn't my child, or she was supposed to be helping. We're just following her counseling.
Or door number 3, I helped the prosecution, so don't give me as big a sentence.
I'm telling you, technology is going to kill us. What texts and what conversations did they have? Were they co-equal? You know, because they may say whatever you want them to say, or excuse me, whatever they want to say to get them the heck out of Dodge and out of trouble and out of prison. But the technology of what
who would you rather have walk into your office?
Oh, I want the one who's going to talk.
Either one, doesn't matter.
Either one, because here's what's going to happen. You can't get away from the fact horrible crimes almost certainly happen, and there's going to be witnesses, and these kids and other people are going to come forward and tell the state what happened.
He's going to tell the truth. He wants the one with the biggest checkbook.
That's probably true. But really, what's going to happen is the one that sings first and sings loudest generally gets the most generous treatment. And that's what matters.
I've got more about Jodi Hildebrandt's business, which apparently Ruby Franke is involved. She's a mental health therapist or something.
Certified.
Mental fitness therapist. Yeah.
Mental fitness.
Yeah.
Mental fitness.
She's her own thing.
So Stephanie Jones is a woman who got counseling from Connections for 9 months with her ex-husband. The theory was that if you're meeting with Jodi, then you are all living in truth. And so she didn't want you talking to anyone else about your problem. She wanted you talking to people that were also living in truth. So this is where I started to feel like it was kind of got cult-like. She wanted everything to stay in the group. You're not allowed to have a different opinion than her. We're hearing the word cult again.
Scientology.
Could the defense be that Ruby Franke says she kind of got me into her cult? And that's why I was believing this stuff, that now that I'm out of the cult, I realized that it wasn't good for my child or my children.
She's a grown-up, you know. That's not an excuse.
We can try. I mean, as a defense lawyer, we'll try and we'll see what kind of background she had. And if let's pretend she had a bad background, bad childhood, and was already vulnerable for this kind of being taken advantage of. And that might be something we'd argue.
And it fits into the mitigation at the conclusion. Yeah. It's not, I didn't do it. It's, I did it, but can you look at these other circumstances, such as some sort of religious interjection, which, as I understand, this is really filled with some religious stuff that goes into that cultist small group. You're disconnected from everybody that you care about. As soon as you're isolated and being, you know, force-fed hardcore psychology in a group setting, man, your brain just melts.
And the wild card in all this, the children's father. Mom and Dad were separated, but it looks like Dad is kind of pointing the finger at Jodi Hildebrandt. At least we think that's how it may turn out. We'll see. We're going to keep on top of that story.